Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel with Antigonus Gaming. We are here with Metaphor Refantazio. In our last video, we cleared out the cathedral, including, we cleared out the cathedral and we defeated Zorba. We destroyed the human that he revived back, the corpse that Luis dropped off, and the royal scepter was taken by the king to the palace above, and we now have 8 days to complete quests and build up our relationships with various characters. We're gonna hang out with Hulkenberg here. We'll hang out with Stroll tomorrow. Hulkenberg comes to mind. Maybe I should talk to her. We should talk. So she's in the Hushed Honeybee. I know there's little left to do, but wait. Yet that has me more restless than anything.
Hail.
Ah, that's right. Have you a moment to talk? So I'll say sure.
The truth is,
lately, I have felt a great pressure weighing on me. It's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hope I might have your counsel. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affect my performance in battle. How would you cope with such burdens if you were me? I'd say I'd get some exercise. Sound enough? And thus occupied with your exertions, your mind is cleared of distractions. And how about it? Would you like to train swordplay with me? Your technique is self-taught, I presume. That seems a fine opportunity to start your formal training. So I'd say I'd like that.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords. To the weapon shop with us. So we're now, like, out in Sunshade Alley. A little bit away from the Hush Honeybee Inn. A fine balanced weapon, no. 'Tis for training only, but you'd never know it from the grip and swing. 'Tis most nostalgic. I once trained with that blade when I'd just become a royal guardswoman myself. 'Twas not long after joining that I was assigned the prince's retinue, so I was desperate to improve. I was younger than you are now, and notably unskilled. Each night I would slip past our commander's watch and join a comrade of mine in the dark and spar with him until our hands were calloused and blistered.
Certainly.
Some bouts I won, some I lost, yet despite all the times we crossed blades, we never did see who was better. So I'll say, sounds like a worthy opponent. Sounds like he was a worthy opponent. Nothing less, it was thanks to him that I improved by leaps and bounds. When interacting with a follower or ally, giving them a response that moves their heart, you may obtain Magla, which you can usually only acquire in battle. Try to be as open and receptive as possible to your followers' feelings when communicating with them. We swore we'd become royal knights worthy of the title and rise to the heights of the order. We'd be champions.
Surely you jest.
Stately voice. God above, Hulkenberg, is it truly you? So now we've got a white-haired dude. He's wearing black armor with a little bit of white stuff on it because Uchronia's got white stuff on their flag as well for their knights. Rodan. What a coincidence. I was just speaking of a comrade and rival. This is the self-same man. And who's this pup? I'll say... Pup?
Nice to meet you.
Name's Will. I see. You truly have changed, Hulkenberg. What do you mean? She says. I mean, I'm taken aback. You indulged the company of this elder brat. You, once a proud member of the knighthood. Why does that strike you so?
Absurd.
I suppose like attracts light. The dirt suits a fallen knight.
You.
What? She's got like an angry expression on her face now. Oh, calm yourself, Hulkenberg. The commander of the Royal Knights is well within the bounds to judge your failures.
What?
Commander? You mean yourself?
Yes.
While you were wandered as a vagrant, I earned both our share of the honors. So I see.
And?
And you? Clearly you've already given up on pulling yourself any higher. What has occupied you instead? Hulkenberg, I pursue a mission, one that far outweighs any glory found in the Order.
Whoops.
Rodath, ah, of course. When you couldn't save the prince, any dignity you had as a royal knight was well and duly snuffed, wasn't it? I suppose you had little choice but to cling to your search for his shadow. Hulkenberg, very angry now. How dare choose your words with care! Rodath, no need. I have nothing more to say. You disappoint me, Hulkenberg. And he walks off.
Sorry.
My apologies. I'm sorry. You shouldn't. You had to see that. I'll say don't worry about it.
Listen.
If you say so. Oh, that. I do understand his anger. She's got an angry expression on her face. 'Twas by choice that our promised paths diverged after all. But we cannot afford to lose sight of our parties. Now she's got like her eyes closed in a thoughtful expression. Well, let us fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness, the path that I walk now. I can sense Hulkenberg's earnest faith and deep trust. Rank 2.
I have not the luxury.
New ability, Knight Enlightenment. Reduces the magna cost of studying the Knight lineage. In guard duty, Hulkenberg may defend the protagonist from attack on his weakness.
Pardon me.
Parapus man. This is just like a random Parapus dude. Begging your pardon, but how do you know that fellow who just left? Merely an old friend. You don't say. Well, see you around.
Very well.
Let us leave our training for another
Yes.
time. 100 drills or 1,000 swings. It will take an unsparing regimen indeed to purge this distraction. Hulkenberg and I return to the others. And I get 700 magla for the quality answers I gave her. Night of the 14th. Back at the hushed honeybee.
What is it?
What do you want to do?
What is it?
Telling the...
Oh, I am grateful.
All right, then.
So... I think... Probably...
That reminds me. That reminds me. That's right.
Oh, we can go to the recruitment center. We can take a bounty. We won't be able to go attack it on this day, but it'll give us something to do.
My wits have left me, I believe.
The Grand Cathedral, why?
How far?
Aha. The Grand Cathedral.
We've got... We'll have that, and then also Brigitte's quest, and then we'll be able to, we'll be able to, just like hang out with followers and stuff.
Right.
Accepting a bounty is not a bad idea. Plus, it looks like none of the soldiers in your recruitment interview are here. If anyone gets suspicious, we can fake it by mentioning Hulkenberg. So we talked to the dude at the counter who gave us the igniter back at the very beginning. Oh, the captain's gone. The Grand Cathedral's a mess. My work keeps piling up. What, you here for the bounties? Oh, sure, have a look. You can accept bounty requests at the recruitment center. The targets are very powerful, but you'll be rewarded in kind. Bounty requests are added over time, so don't forget to check back. It's good you haven't been found. Maybe I was worrying too much. Bounty target. Maneater Manjula, Fiend of the Wastes. So it's like a lion-looking monster out in the desert. 10,000 Reeve just to defeat this monster? I guess they must be really struggling with it. This one caught your attention. It's a request to slay the Maneater Manjula that's said to appear in the desert south of Gran Trad. Even though it has its run of the desert, it usually hides in its entourage of wild dogs. Take out enough wild dogs and it'll show itself. Eventually. The military's short-handed, so this one's been difficult to handle. You still want the contract? I'll say I'll do it. You're brave for someone so young. Okay, it's all yours. To get to the desert, go through the large gate south of Sunlamio Street. After a walk, you'll be there. Also, the beasts aren't your only concern out there. You'll run into a swarm of sandworms if you're unlucky, so beware. As for the details, we're too understaffed to give you much, so go ask the informant. That bunch just rubs me the wrong way.
Counting on you.
If you do somehow manage to slay the Manjula, bring back the rampage tail as evidence. Good luck.
Let's do it.
The informant at the Hushed Honeybee Inn in Gran Trad. So I haven't seen the informant yet. But I could be mistaking something.
Unstinking believable.
I
Can't be. Well.
Oh, this is done.
All right then.
Why did this happen?
Humans.
What's happened?
What you need?
Now we're back at Sunshade Row.
I just can't stop shivering. Unstinking believable. Stop that at once! Hey, listen.
Hey! Oh.
You saved me. Wow.
God, I am grateful. What is it?
Oh,
Hey.
the informant's outside of the tavern. Hey, if I'm asking you just one thing, are you all going to the Grand
Why?
There's no need to be so wry. I won't say a word about you to anyone else. On the contrary, I'd like to help you. I've got intel the monsters within the Grand Cathedral. If you could always use more information,
What?
couldn't you? I'm what someone calls an informant. I sell information, so how about it? Any interest in paying for knowledge? So buying intel gives you more than just what you've heard from the informant. It also has various effects such as unlocking information about enemies in battle using Analyze. Informants can be found skulking in taverns across Necronia. Consider seeking them out, especially if you want hints about what to do next. You can view information you've purchased in the items section of the main menu in the information tab. So I don't actually need the Grand Cathedral ones, but I'm gonna buy the other two.
Want in on
So
this?
who told you about the Belega Corridor? That place may still harbor some treasure, since not many know about it. However, word has it that deep within it is a grotesque Guptaros, the gigantic two-legged beast brandishing an axe. It's quite famous among adventurers. It hates anyone who uses a staff or mace, and it'll go berserk if it sees one. Watch out if it starts to build up strength. The next hit could kill you straight off. That said, if you time your attacks well and you knock it out of its stance and halt its attack, I recommend swift pierce attacks with a spear of some sort. It's weak
Just
to them.
between us.
If you can't, then you ought to simply guard. Defending won't help you escape, but you might be able to survive the onslaught. Finally, there's lots of Goborns out there, and they behave more or less the same. If you want to fight them off, use swords or spears. When he says staves or maces, doesn't he mean mage and healer? Guess we should switch it up to be safe. Just to warn you, it's full of monsters that make the ones in the Grand Cathedral pale in comparison. If you go, make sure you're mentally prepared for what you'll face. That's all I can offer for now. I received the scrap paper. Lord of the Tradia Desert.
Want in on this?
You've surely heard of the stretch of desert to the south of here. That's Tradia Desert. It lies beyond the large gate. Most travelers and cargo arrive at the Gran Trad after making their way through that desert. Consequently, there's no shortage of people who have been attacked while traveling through it. They're harassed on the journey by swarms of Valmo and giant monstrous birds. The threats are too numerous to name, but the word is that the man-eater Manjula is the worst. Word is not only does its breath burn like fire, it also spreads a foul poison. If you fight it, you should be wary of its howl. In addition to being resistant to heat, fire magic is ineffective against it. The blaze only invigorates, so mind your tactics. Conversely, it's susceptible to ice magic. You best remember that and prepare. In fact, that's about all I know. Unless you want to end up as another set of bones getting bleached by the desert sun, you better know what going to run. I received the scrap of paper. Alright.
Come again,
And I
Eddie.
don't need to buy the other one because I already completed that
What
dungeon.
now?
Oh, right. I can't do skill inheritance yet. Outside of the main menu. I have to. Alright. I think I'll just talk to this Mustari guy.
What is it?
Because I gotta build up my royal virtues.
God, I am grateful.
Greetings, elder boy. We don't see many of your tribe in the royal capital, though we're similar in that way. Have you heard of the Mustari tribe? We too are rarely seen in Gran Trad. I'll say the Mustari
I
tribe.
see.
Of course. No, it's understandable. We rarely make ourselves known to the public, after all. So then, any interest in our history, why we live our lives secluded and oppressed? I'll share if you'd like to know more. Mustari history, learning more about them may help us better support those in need, right? Understanding the differences in cultures and points of view might improve my tolerance. What do you want to do? Let's talk.
Pleased to hear it.
Glad to hear it. Let's chat elsewhere. So then we got our little clock thing.
Well then.
Our Masterman. Our tribe is called the Mustari. Perhaps the most obvious part of our culture is that we wear masks, just like the one I have on right now. Next thing you'll notice is that we have 3 eyes. 3 eyes, and that goes for every Mustari. And what's it like to see? Our third eye cannot see things. We see the world almost exactly as you do. However, the Mustari faith is vastly different from that of the other tribes. We have our own unique faith, different from the state religion, Sanctism. So, I'll say, is it restricted to
About
the...
that.
That is correct. Only the Mustari practice this belief. Normally, we cannot reveal our teachings to other tribes. Sanctism is a belief open to all. Perhaps that is why at times politics get involved and distort its doctrine. For that reason, we refrain from revealing our faith to everyone. It's our only means of keeping our doctrine the way it should be. That doesn't sound like the best solution. I'm guessing it's complicated. Some try to spread our teachings outside the island, but things quickly grow complex. One must tread carefully. Other tribes have a tendency to jump to conclusions. That is why Sanctism has gathered many believers. And now we are scorned as the masked tribe. That is, we who are forever etched in our history. He taught me about the Mustari way of life. I feel learning more about their existence has improved my tolerance.
All right.
Pleased to hear it.
It may be worth telling you more. Next time I'll tell you about our basic doctrine if the chance comes. Hearing all that was intriguing. It's about time I head back to the inn.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
June 15th.
Evidently.
A group of corpses was discovered in Tradia Desert. Travelers are aiming for the royal capital.
You're right.
There's certainly a lot of monsters out there. How tragic for them to meet their end so close to their destination.
Exactly.
We received a request at the recruitment center, did we not? Let us slay the monster ourselves.
Well then.
I hear a voice. Am I really fine with this? Stroll.
Say there.
The truth is,
So she's looking into her. Kulkenberg says she's looking
That
into her
reminds me.
contacts. I'm gonna hang out with Stroll, and then tomorrow on the next day we'll do, on the next day we'll do a quest. Joel comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk with him. We should talk.
Yeah.
So he's by a bench in a different part of town. Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. I have an interesting rumor out of Gran Trad. I thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it. If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? I'll say sure, why not?
All right.
Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on the road here. I can't help but wonder if they may be the people that I've been looking for. Gran Trad is so full of novelty. I still can't get used to all the clamor, though. In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still a bustle of friendship and commerce, but...
But that's...
Frail voice. Young Master Leon? It couldn't be.
Huh?
I know that voice. It's an older Clamar dude. Rangif, is that truly you? You made it out safely.
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon, my goodness, look at how you've grown. I'll say friend of yours?
Hold on.
Friend of yours?
Truth is,
He served House Halatia's when our house still stood. I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangif, this is Will. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
however,
Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame, old friend. Are you eating well? How are the others? He looks down, he doesn't say anything.
that's...
After the human attack, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living amongst the ruins of Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No, then let me help find you housing. Well, I would if I had the means. All I have left of my nobility is in name alone. I'm sorry. Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said you've got a heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason that I have to help somehow. I'll say, let's find a way to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get... Oh, absolutely. I wish I already knew how. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? An Inishkia Marquis, Lord Hydron.
I see.
A Marquis, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hydron a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Halia's refugees to live in. Though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please. Our woes should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear their weight, old friend. A fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy, lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift actions, so let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us. Still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydron. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself if that's how he sees you. I'll say, let's go talk to him.
Stroll.
Let's go have a word with him. What? You're coming too? Moving forward, we'll have no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to add my personal woes to that. I'll say, I'll make time. I'll say that's what friends do.
It'll be fine.
We're friends, though, aren't we? Very well.
Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring that you have me, to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. I can feel Stroll's trust in me, deep trust in me. Level 2, so let's see, what do we get from Stroll?
I feel more courageous when I'm with you.
The discount on the warrior lineage, and then undaunted spirit. When Stroll attacks a human-type monster, his critical rate goes up. You have my thanks as well, Sir Will. I have no doubt that the young master is capable of hands.
Huh.
Please, enough with your young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet Lord Hydron without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. I got 1,800 points because I did better answering his questions. Stroll's pretty easy to answer.
What is it?
So... I'm gonna go out... I'm more familiar with the city than you, so feel free to ask me.
That reminds me.
Let's-
Oh, hey!
Say
That reminds me. You heard this?
The skewer eating contest. I don't think I did that the last time I played through the game. First time, so I'm gonna see if I can figure out what that is.
Rain?
Oh, I'm on the wrong area, but it's okay.
It's pissing it down.
How fine. Oh, I hate the rain.
Well, I'll not go to the Grand Cathedral. I'm just incredulous.
Stop that at once!
This rain just won't cease. What would the gods doing? Rain.
What's happened? What's happened?
You're not serious. Well, now, what are we on about?
We got a shopkeeper who's arguing with a NPC
You're not serious.
about stuff because we're in the market. I'm looking to see if I can find the. Good morning, man. Our food's here to pick you up. Well, I'm getting the hang of making all this. Yeah, I haven't sold very much. So I can get the blue cheese. I'm gonna say no thanks. So let's see here.
I got low prices.
Buy the Bidu meat.
Come again, mate.
It's cheap. It's
Dear
on.
me!
Please, if you might deign to help.
The Grand Cathedral. This is the most foul down.
Got a
Water
special
sells.
running
Pristine clear water is. I can buy. Increase my
Cheers.
restore MP. Alright.
This is the most foul down.
So I think.
This rain.
I'll just increase. I'll just try to boost my stats a little bit.
What is it? The Grand Cathedral. Why?
Oh, actually, no. I'm going to.
Let's go.
I'm gonna buy weapons and armor.
Come to think of it.
Idle's Day. Idle's Day's a sale day.
Hey,
Also, I can
Hello there.
appraise any items that I found in the. I don't have enough money to buy that. Can at least buy a whole
Indeed.
better spear.
Now
And I
then.
can sell all the loot that I got. Oh, actually, I can buy. Will a new sword. It's gonna cost all my money, but it will almost double his attack power, and it gives him a bonus in attack and defense. And I got it for 20% off
Hey,
because
Hey, listen.
oh wait, I got it for 20% off since I
That will be quite enough.
bought it on Idle's Day.
This is the pit.
What you need?
So there's a guy I can talk to on Sunlumio Street that will help increase one of my other stats. And you want to kind of balance out how you're increasing your royal virtues, because you'll get lots of opportunities to level them all up. So if you focus on them,
The Grand Cathedral.
if you focus on different ones, then they'll kind of all level up together on the same pace. You know, maybe one will be ahead of the others. Like courage, you get a lot of opportunities.
Sure,
cheeky elder. Oh, look,
but-
I know I'm rare. The Seska is obsessed with Gallica. Do we need to make such a big deal of it? I should explain. My family has something of a history with fairies. The chatty elder. As a boy, my parents would even tell me stories about fairies before bed. Would you care for me to tell you
I
one?
wonder.
Well, you grew up on fairy tales. No wonder you got fairies on the mind. If I listen to the man's tale, my imagination will improve. What do you think? Do you want to listen to the elderly gentleman's story? So I'll say listen to the story. Imagine that, getting to tell a fairy tale to a real fairy. Come, let's find a table at the tavern.
Long ago,
So this old dude's talking to us. Chubby old guy, white hair, glasses. He's got like a weird patterned shirt. It's got like orange and green on it. Now the story goes back to my grandfather's grandfather. Once far away, there was a village out in the countryside. There was a cave nearby the villagers, prohibited to anyone from entering. But one day my ancestor, who was just a boy then, decided he had to see it for himself.
Fun.
So he defied his elders. Your ancestor sounds like a handful. It runs in the family. Ha! Anyway, sure enough, he ventured deep inside and soon became swallowed in darkness, hopelessly lost. A handful or not, he was still just a boy, and his bravery failed him. He sank to his knees in the dark, crying pitifully. But then something bathed in a warm light caught his eye as it approached him. The light actually spoke, saying, "Pipe down, you can't cry in a place like this." He was shocked. After he got a good look at it, the boy realized it was a fairy, pulsing with light. He was so relieved his tears only magnified. But the fairy couldn't bear it, throwing her arms up, and she said, "If you want to cry so badly, fine, suit yourself," and she left. But before he knew it, the fairy returned. "Come on, follow me," she said. "I'll show you a way out." You see, she had sensed danger, a dangerous beast deep in the cave, and the compassion won the day. She decided to get him safely back to the entrance. I thought that fairy was kind of cruel at first, but I guess she had a good heart. When they arrived at the cave's mouth, the boy turned to think that the fairy, but she had already disappeared in the air. Time marched on, and he grew into an adult. He visited the cave countless times, hoping to find and thank her, but he never saw her again as long as he lived. Oh, but would you look at the time? We'd better pick this up again later. If you'd like to know the ending, I'll be around. I was gripped by the story of the mysterious fairy. I feel like my imagination.
All right. Well then.
Time I got back to the others.
time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Moore is such an amazing narrator. Alright.
Well then.
Time for the main event in this video. We're gonna go help Brigitte out.
What is it?
But before that, we're going to shop for items. I don't have a lot because I spent so much of it doing a one-day run for the cathedral. On my first playthrough, I did it over 2 days, and I used a lot less items.
And what is it you...
Out of money, so time to go.
That will be quick now.
Hey, listen.
Time to go see Brigitte and let her have her loan us her carriage. Oh, and actually, conveniently, we came out the way right next to where she's at. Brigitte, don't forget what we agreed upon earlier. It's a bit late for cold feet. So I've been tasked with exterminating a monster at Belega Corridor.
If...
I can call for a carriage if you prefer to head now. What's your call? I'll say I'm ready to go. Requested intel will open up new areas on the city map. You can go there as long as you know the path. You can see how many days are required to reach a destination when you select it on the map. If the road there doesn't pass through an encampment, you can get there that afternoon. When you return to town from your destination, it'll be night. After tackling a dungeon, you won't be able to do anything else. You and your allies need to rest. The wilds outside the city contain innumerable threats, but trust your allies and step lively for adventure.
Let's see.
Wow, there's a lot to see around Gran Trad, it looks like. It may be a good idea to prepare for this fight with Luis by training out in the wild.
You could fulfill a request there.
Hulkenberg, 'tis the monster-filled ruins the Igniter shop owner spoke of. A distinguished noble family's manor, was it? Don't suppose, after all, there'd be any treasure or other valuables in that remain. We may as well check it out, considering we have to defeat the monster
Clock's
anyway.
ticking.
No getting sidetracked, right? Our goal is the monster, not the
It's your call.
We should be able to get there and back within the day. What'll it be? Let's go.
Let's be off.
Then it's settled. It would behoove us to prepare ourselves even whilst on the road. So, Brigitte gives us a carriage.
The party at last found themselves at Balega Corridor, once a palace of a small, bygone country, destroyed and worn away by sand and rock. The land is a shadow of its former glory. Now it is home to monsters, attracted by its stagnant magma. The party steps into the corridor, as if called there by the lingering resentment of a country that could not stand the test of time.
The thing is,
This is where Brigitte mentioned. Apparently the monsters here sometimes attack passersby. I had no idea these ruins were here. This is a villa for a grand old noble family, I heard. But it looks properly old.
Is this right?
Well, at any rate, we're here for the Gopturos. The ruins are novel, yes, but let us not stray from our purpose. Let's hunt for rare treasure. There might be rare treasure about. Haha, true. So this place is huge. Hunting through it for treasure sounds quite the tall order.
on.
Yeah, getting sidetracked, that isn't a good idea.
My
you know.
thanks.
There's always a trade-off. The decision is yours, but pray make it sensibly, please. Alright, so this is like an old ruined manor, so like it's mostly made of stone. We've got a parapet dude we can talk to.
Oh.
Planning on going inside, are you? Well, here's some friendly advice. Don't. I heard an awful noise coming from deep within. It's a terrifying roar, certainly a noise no Goborn can make. Goborns are like goblins, basically. Do you think it was a Gopturos? Really, a Gopturos? Ugh, there's no way I can handle a monster like that. I only came because I heard there was Goborns. I'll say that if those beasts are here, then staying would be a madness. You guys should turn back too if you value your lives. Wow, if the Gopturos is really that fearsome, maybe we should make sure we're well prepared.
Okay then.
We're exploring this area today. You everyone right? All right, let's go.
go.
All right, let's go.
Whoa.
So this is the inside. So it's like a
We try
gloomy,
somewhere else.
dark stone building. Well, I can't be totally for sure from here, but it doesn't seem to be
Well
close
then.
by. I guess we'll just have to stay vigilant. It's fairly dark, so stay
If so-
close. We'll guard the rear. Apologies, but it seems you'll have to lead the way, Captain.
Everything's pretty standard.
Alright, so we went through, it's like very dark. You know, it looks like a building out of like the high Middle Ages, right? And we've got another adventurer here.
Why did this happen?
Young adventurer. Ugh, I wasn't expecting these vicious monsters. How could they have turned out this
What?
way? You mean the Gopturos? No, Goborns. I defeated one easily, and the Goborns wielding all kind of weapons started flooding out. Before I knew it, I was surrounded by all manner Goborns. God, just think what makes my knees weak. I wanted to just give up and go home, but I told everyone I wouldn't come back until I became the Adventure King himself. Ah, bloody hell.
We're not alone. Keep an eye out.
So the Goborns are like goblins. They're just like short little green creatures. Oh, we got one of our tooth guys, but this guy will talk to us actually. Haha, hey kiddo, what weapons you using? This is the talkative tooth.
What?
He's like an anthropomorphic tooth that has like a couple of black holes in it, like in its face where eyes would be. You think a tooth can't chatter by itself? Well, chew on this. The puns are amazing. I've got jaw-dropping news, just so you... Listen, depending on your weapons, your attack power is going to totally change. Guess that's kind of obvious. But it's important for magic, too. The strength of magic depends on your weapon, you know? Chew on that for a while, would you? Anyway, if the enemies are taking big bites out of you, you bite back with better weapons. Go shopping or something. That's the truth of the tooth. So I'll say you're very knowledgeable. Well, that's enough for now. Wouldn't want to bite off more than you can chew. Next time I'll teach you some secrets you can really sink your teeth into. Oh man, those puns are so amazing. Mostly because they're awful.
We can
but-
avoid a fight already. How's that?
We have the edge. Let's take them all out.
All right.
Still here? By this power. Hold on. Two remain. In the I call upon royal power within.
So we got Goborns here. One of them has a cloak on. He's like a mage. One of them has a bow and arrow, and one of them had a shield and sword.
Only one left.
They're pretty weak.
Okay, I don't think there's any more backup coming.
Depending on the kind of weapon they have, there'll be different levels. I'm stronger than some of them, but not strong enough than others enough to just take them out.
We found some find.
So, and we got.
It's all clear.
So now we're gonna head through the. We're gonna duck under and go through like a little area we can crawl through.
I don't
Got
see
some of
anything
these
we can't hit.
butterflies. Those are pretty weak. We got a Goborn mage.
Let us settle this.
We get the first
Let's give this all we've got. Seeker. Scour.
Take that.
Let's keep this up. Now, are you prepared? Hackens, two remaining.
Troll always comes through.
Oh, Mystic! Worthy foe after all.
So we took out the two mages. We got two with round sword and shield. Let's see if we can take this out with just regular attacks then.
Take this! Still standing, I see.
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
They chose the wrong opponent.
We made short.
What now?
I thought one of my characters somehow was randomly a lower level. All right, now we're going down some steps. So, and again, it's just like it's stone floor, stone pillars, stone ceiling, very dark. Oh, we got another guy we can talk to here.
Right.
Midlife adventure. There's nothing but Goborns around here. So many novice adventurers come to this place looking to test their mettle. Some had the fool idea of bringing a staff or mace igniters. You wouldn't be so daft, would you? You can't even let a Goborn see one of those. With you, they launch into a frenzy as soon as they see your weapon. You may think Goborns are dumb little fellows, but they're smart enough to know magic users are bad news. No staffs or mages. That means we shouldn't go mace or healer. Even so, Goborns do have weak points. They all but fall apart when faced with poison or paralysis. Here, I'll give you this stunning arrow, which will help. It's an item that'll paralyze.
As long as we're careful, I think we'll be fine with these.
I can feel it.
This could be our chance.
Let's go.
I shall fight as the no.
I let justice prevail. Burn!
Nice work, Halkenberg.
Satisfactory.
Only one left. Finish it off.
All right, we took them out.
Okay, I don't think there's any more.
More
backup coming.
Goborns
Let's keep
down.
moving.
Okay. I'll strive for greater heights. Nice. I feel stronger.
Ha! I have never known such heights.
Looks like we're safe for now.
Got a door that we can't go through.
How's that? This battle's out. Let's go.
Stay calm, everyone.
That's the spirit.
Stay sharp.
Win.
The nice thing about having the skill inheritance
I'll cut you
is you
down.
can just give spells to non-mage classes,
Ooh, not too shabby. Let's keep this
which
up,
enables
everyone.
you to get around the handicap on not using, not having
Our foes are not
magic
vanquished.
classes.
Be on your guard.
Sorry, I didn't mean to use that word. I know
Okay,
some people
let's
find
give it all
it
we've
more
got.
offensive,
Let's go.
but it came to mind.
Scour. 3
You
left.
got him.
I shall
Nice
fight. I
going,
shall
Captain.
vanquish evil. The end's in sight.
Oh, power of
through.
heroes. Oh, Miss, still standing, I see.
Stay sharp.
Got him.
It's not no holding back.
Okay.
And
I
these
don't think
dungeons
there's
are
any more
shorter
backup
than
coming.
some of the longer main story dungeons.
We made short work of them.
Alright, and we've got a bunch of wolves coming at us. We can take them out, no problem. We got some of the weakest Goborns. These ones don't have any special weapons or anything.
Skill.
Got more of the...
I imagine that would be of use.
Found chests.
We found something.
Incredible.
Witch's earring, which increases magic by 3. Might give that to Hulkenberg.
What now?
She has spells and she's not using a magically inclined class, so being able to buff her magic stat
You found some.
with an accessory will increase her magic damage.
That's lovely.
Got a gem that we can sell.
Everything's pretty standard. I'd say we're evenly matched, which means you've got to push through, Dad.
I imagine that would be of use. We cannot avoid this fight. Stand ready.
Great job.
This is our chance.
Ambush.
Vitus power. Win. Let's keep this up.
Are you prepared?
Keep it going.
The end's in sight!
Oh, power of heroes.
It's almost decided.
That's it, Hulkenberg.
Nice. That gave her another like 70 damage out of that spell.
Finish that off. We're clear. Looks like that's all of them.
At this
Great
stage
job,
of the
everybody.
game, that's not insignificant at all.
Not bad. I'm sure greater triumphs lie ahead.
And I just got Cyclone.
Don't get too relaxed. I'll give it my all.
Try
Some of it!
Now get in there. Come on.
It's still only a single
Win.
enemy.
3
That's
left.
one for the captain. Let's keep it
I'll
going.
cut two remaining.
Only two
bad.
enemies
Just
left.
like they
Great
should.
start.
One remaining. Satisfactory.
Only
Seeker.
one left. Finish them off. We're clear. Whew, not too shabby. Let's keep this up, everyone. We made short work of them.
That might be of use later.
Hey,
Alright, now we're at the bottom level.
All good.
Let's push through. Let's give him a
We're
fight.
like a long stone hallway. We've got
Everyone go.
some enemies in front of us.
Win. Just
That's
one left.
for the captain. Let's keep it
I'll
going.
cut you down.
Whew, not too shabby. Let's keep this up, everyone.
Good. 'Tis done.
So we're not coming back here. We're gonna take out the enemies as we can.
Right there.
Hey, we've
They
got
saw
one of
us.
those.
Time for some close. Charging in.
This could be our chance.
We have
Some
the
of
edge.
it.
Come forth, royal soul. Scour. It's still up.
Took out
Looks
the
like that's
elemental
all of them.
without-
Great job, everybody. There are still some foes around. Don't let your guard
Come
down.
on.
got a bunch of shrimps here.
Very impressive.
Impressive as ever.
Let's take them all out.
Give them a fight.
Medium strength enemies here that
Won't hold back.
are gonna take.
Let's
That's
finish
one
this.
for the captain.
I shall vanquish
Keep
evil.
going.
That's one.
Oh, power of heroes.
And that's that. Victory's ours.
Not bad, if I say so myself.
We made short work of them. Just a bunch of weak ones.
Up. We're not a bunch of those ones. Take them
Our foes
out.
have fallen. We are safe for the time being.
Now we're gonna head back down again to the deepest part. And we've got Plateau, and Gallica stops us. The Goptoros is close. Did you forget?
All right.
We took it down. And there's a door in front of us. And you know, whenever there's a save point right in front of a door into another room, that means there's a boss. Or some kind of other major story event that, you know, would impact your team in some way. It should be good, even though we're not quite at full health. Alright, looks like the boss is ahead. Let's go. Then we open up the door. And we're in like a self-contained room. Square. There's some grass and stuff growing out of the stone floor because it's so old, but otherwise it's just like a dark stone room. With some candles and stuff. And the Goptoros is a Minotaur, basically. No sign of retreat. It must be acclimated to people. It's likely caused damage yet to be discovered. Well, that ends today. We're taking you down. I see our foe's bringing his A-game, too. Oh, I can't wait for this. It's not messing around. Be careful, everyone. Well, I'm ready as can be. Come, monster. You shall be rust upon my lance.
Let's go.
So I'm going to use my new Cyclo spell,
Scour.
which is an even bigger...
Hack and slash.
It's an even bigger, oh yeah, Hulkenberg missed because she's got no accuracy. I'm gonna have to find a way to buff her accuracy.
Wind.
Warrior.
Observe.
Night! There! Hulkenberg got them right
The free to come forth, royal soul. Scour.
Alright, we're under 50% health.
No holding back. I'll cut you
Let's
down.
roll you Slicer.
They die hard.
He gets it all 4 times.
Drive fall. I see you.
Hulkenberg can hit with her spear,
Let's take
which gives us an extra action.
Wind. Still up?
In warrior.
Let's see if Hulkenberg Stroll can take him out. And he hits all 4 times again. We have good luck with that. Against Zorba, too. So, we take the boss down. Our main character and Stroll level up. Hulkenberg almost there. We use agility. Being able to dodge attacks is so good in this game. It's very important in this game. Loot, Brute's horn. That horn is huge. Bloody awful to imagine being gored by it. Ugh. Really, you all seemed pretty tough together during a fight? No, that thing was tougher than anticipated. If we'd let even a little, we may have well been defeated. What? Even Hulkenberg was sweating it? What do you think, Will? I'll say it was a close one.
I don't know.
It was a close one. Aye, that sense of humility will serve us well. Arrogance dulls the blade after all. Well, a win is a win, and all that's left is to take this back to the Igniter shop. Well, we'll do that later. Let's head back to the entrance. Let's go back.
In that case.
Yeah, we should head back to the entrance.
True.
Yes, let's. Night will have fallen by the time we get back. We're gonna leave now.
Hey!
It's gonna be night soon. Should we call it a day? Let's head back to the city. And why don't we go back to the city and have a nice dinner? It'll be dark by the time we get back, so we won't have time to do anything else. But that's okay, right?
Right?
Tired, almost.
Now, how
Back
did
in the
I
city.
wind up here?
Brassing, hell, the honeybee's all full up. Just my luck. Huh? No seats left, but I'm starving.
If so,
Twould seem we need to have our dinner elsewhere. Let us go to the tavern over yonder. It's a nice. It's Now Filono, the large establishment, and the owners and patrons are alike are busy with their own matters and may speak freely there without fear of eavesdroppers.
I see.
Then it's settled. Anyway, if we just us Luis at the Honeybee, we could end up causing more trouble for Fabienne, so this works out. So now we're at a dinner table in the restaurant here, resting at night after the day of battling. You and your party will need to rest your weary bodies at night when you return from a dungeon. Enjoy a hearty meal together and take it easy before the new day comes. Well, it wasn't easy, but the Guptaros lies defeated, and we have proof, exactly as the woman from the Igniter shop asked us. Once we show it to her and complete her request, we'll finally be able to shop at her members-only Igniter shop. That will be most useful in helping us amass more firepower. I trust you'll complete the task well. Well, we managed to avoid the day of calamity, but that doesn't mean we should waste the time we've got left before the theocracy makes its proclamation. I agree. Luis is to be our opponent one day, and I would have us ready to face him, confident in our strength. Well, I suppose we ought to turn in for the night once we finish our plates. I'd say we earned our rest today. Good job. After a short break together, everyone recovered their HP and MP. I returned to the bedroom and settled into a peaceful slumber.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well then.
I hear a voice. Perhaps I should discuss this with him. Scroll comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk with him. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Actually, I think I will talk to Scroll probably. The nice thing about this game versus Persona is your companions always rank up when you can hang out with them like this. Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts the Day of Calamity in mind for me. So I'm in a bit of a bind. It regards Lord Hydra, the landowner of the Gran Trad, my family's old caretaker mentioned the other day. Pardon me, I will be right back. I'm back. Sorry, I had to go refill my cup of water. Since I read so much dialogue, it's important to keep your throat moist. So it sounds good. This regards Lord Hydron, the landowner in the Gran Trad my family's old caretaker mentioned the other day. Rumors say he's clever, in quotes, and not in a good way. I'm lost about how to approach him, so I'll say I'll go with you.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you so much. Just having you by my side will be reassuring. He's a devout sanctus, so we should look for him near the Grand Cathedral. I was told Lord Hydrant comes here often. Right on cue. Nobleman. Well, I'm not mistaken. You're the young Lord Stroller. All right, so Lord Hydrant is black, but he has like bright white hair and angel wings, and he's got a red and white like noble robe. He's an Ishkia, so he's the race that has the angel wings. It's hard. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Hydrant. But how do you know me? Nary a soul in the kingdom hasn't heard at least rumors of Halia's tragedy. Perhaps you've come to reflect and pray. No, I came to see you, actually. I understand full well that this request may seem unreasonable, but Hydrant's got a question mark.
Truth is,
I came to beg use of some of the vacant domiciles in the capital. As you know, my countrymen who fled Halia reside here, sleeping on the streets. Without roofs over their heads, they barely scrape by, and so I implore you, please consider offering your support to those fine people.
no.
Are you implying I should do this as some manner of charity? Am I to be compensated in any way? Odd that you would petition me on their behalf to begin with. It's not as though they are still your responsibility. Besides, is poverty not individuals' onus to bear? They were attacked and forced to flee their homes. You would still hold them responsible for their lack of means?
Yes.
So fate was cruel to them, and they could not rise above it. Should they not hold themselves to a higher standard? I'm afraid I'm under no obligation here. Besides, what of your own circumstances? With your parents and land gone, you have little else to anchor you. Considering you restoring the glory of your house before you worry about the rabble. Stroll like says nothing. You're right about one thing. I was a fool to ask for your aid. Are you giving up?
No.
Not at all. I'm far from done. Incidentally, don't I know your compatriot from somewhere? You needn't worry about him. Besides, I must apologize for taking your precious time. But before I go, I would have you know that those refugees are my people, and no matter your stance on it, I will do everything in my power to save them.
Worry not.
My good lad, I'm sure I must come across rather harshly, but it's not as though I have no sympathy for you. Abandoned by your parents, shunned by your relations, you were left to the harsh truths of the royal capital too young. It's a pity. I'll say, yet you won't help.
Hang on.
Then maybe you should help him.
Stop.
Let's not. I got three Magloth triangles there, so that means that Stroll liked my answer. Let's not let our tempers get the best of us. This isn't over yet. Stroll walks off. We go talk to the old dude again. I'm sorry, Rangeef. I wasn't able to persuade Lord Hydrant to offer assistance. It's always going to be a tall order, but he tossed it aside, calling it a personal responsibility, and that I couldn't abide. Please don't apologize. You went to such efforts as more than we could ask. Besides, you needn't worry about us, young master. Your focus should rest on rebuilding your great house.
Yes.
House Hilatius must rise again from the ruin that human wrought. Restore it to its former glory, or I should hope to greater heights still. I heard you've been living off the generosity of the noble families who respected your lord parents. To be brought so low can't have been easy for you. Your parents only wished to see your house flourish once again. With your inheritance, you should... Troll suddenly has the exclamation point above his head. Excuse my interruption, but did you just say inheritance? When the village was destroyed, I don't recall any mention of one. So you were unaware of it. I suspected as much, given our conversation the other day. Your father would have kept it separate from the estate. Of this I have no doubt, though I couldn't begin to say how or where.
Taking that into account.
Interesting. Well, if there were any clues left, I'm sure they would all point to Halia. So I'll say, let's go investigate. Sounds like investigation is in order. Perhaps, though I doubt anything survived the fire.
Hey,
Sorry.
Regardless, I'll make the journey back home on my own, alright? I'll not burden you with wild goose chase. I'll say no, we do this together.
No.
We'll do this together. I sincerely doubt we'll find anything in that rubble. But listen, thank you for today. I would have lost it if you hadn't been there to keep me calm. I've avoided this for too long. It's time to face the ruins of my home head on. Might I ask for your help yet again? I'm not sure I could take another step with you at my side. I can sense Stroll's deep-seated trust and burgeoning resolve.
He.
Then proud noble Stroll, keeper and inheritor of the warrior's virtue. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by strength fulfill thy destiny. Rank 3, Warrior Archetype Adept. The party can now study the Swordmaster. That's the second level, so the early archetypes have 3 levels, some of the later ones only have 2. You can study the Swordmaster in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. I hope you find the inheritance your parents left you. All they'd hoped for was that you would come into your own with a worthy house. They would be so proud of how wise and beyond your years you become. Your father especially. You're just like him in that respect. I am not worthy to share the mention of my father, but whatever were the case, I intend to honor their wishes. Pray await my return. Stroll and I return to the others. I'm gonna report the quest to Brigitte.
What is it?
And then we'll probably just buff our social stats or whatever.
What to do?
Social stats are what they're called in Persona, but they're called royal virtues in this game. They're the same thing. They're stats you need to unlock. The higher your stats are, the more you can unlock certain quests and then follower things, like how we needed the wisdom to unlock Nikita's quest line. What are the issue we discussed earlier? Here's its horn. Oh ho, and this would be the brute's horn? You can tell me the details inside. Come along. Alright, now we're in Brigitte's office on the second floor of her shop. It's very fancy. She's got all kind of like, she's got shelves with like jewelry and books and stuff on them. She's got like a really nice red couch. She's got a big wooden desk with a nice big red padded chair. Nice pictures on the walls. Like, she's clearly very wealthy.
You'll have your reward. I'll let the merchant know to allow you through as well. I thank you.
Bullish embargo. We fulfilled Brigitte's request, and we were rewarded with special access and discounts in her igniter shop. We got the Pious Igniter, which got an increase in courage, and 7,500 free. So that brings it.
All right.
And I got 4 courage points.
I knew an outsider would be perfect for slipping through the cracks. Clearly, you were the right man for the job. Should keep our supply lines flowing smoothly. Thanks for helping us sort this out. By the way, what do you say to more consistent work from me? I can't imagine an elder could find an honest job in this city otherwise. But I don't much care what tribe you are. I'll always make sure you're paid properly for the work you do. Besides, keeping in contact with me might have its own advantages.
Sure, that doesn't sound
Have
so
you made
bad.
up your mind?
So I'll say I accept.
All right. I accept.
All right,
A wise choice. Fine then. You seem determined enough.
Soft crying sound. Question mark.
You heard nothing just now, right?
And I'll say, with the 3 dots in front of the word, right.
Right. I didn't hear anything.
That's for the best. It was just the wind. Am I clear? I've got some business to attend to. We'll go our separate ways for today. However, I trust you won't be telling anyone what you think you heard. If you do tell anyone, well, I'm sure you're sharp enough to imagine the consequences.
Our dude sweats a little bit.
Then we have a deal.
I can sense a hint of trust between all the wariness Brigitte feels towards me.
The trader and iconoclast, Brigitte. Within her dwells the virtue of the merchant. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
New bond. Rank 1.
Interesting. Perhaps it does have hidden depths.
Party can now study the merchant. Proof of membership. You can now visit the Lycaon Magic Association Igniter Shop in Gran Trad. And we get the merchant. You can now study the merchant in academia. Try to see what new powers await you. I can now buy things from Gran Trad's Igniter Shop due to the effects of proof of membership.
You'll pick up your next job here. Come back another day.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hey!
There's plenty of rumors surrounding a strong monster stalking the Tradia Desert. Everyone in town is talking about it. The army's become negligent. Even with all that's happened, they still won't dispatch soldiers. Since all this began, the army has lacked in manpower, and the recent turmoil has only exacerbated their troubles. At the very least, they put out a bounty on the beast. Seems we should just slay it ourselves and be done with it. Alright.
Well then.
So I need to talk to more.
Oh, I am grateful.
Now, where was I?
Field Moore's presence. Go to academia. So I pull out my book and read. I'm sitting at like a table in the town square in Sunshade Avenue.
So, you've acquired a new archetype.
Here indeed, as though you acquired a new archetype. I wholeheartedly encourage you to examine its abilities. Alright.
Welcome.
So, here it's skills, Hulkenberg.
I have my own
Ice
schemes.
skill.
I see. Fascinating. This right here. All right?
I'm gonna study the healer here.
I'm counting on.
Of course.
But I'm not actually going to equip it.
Really? Good. I'm still getting stronger.
And I'm going to
What now?
use... Oh, I think I spent most of my heroic things.
I found new power.
I may end up...
New skills, new possibilities.
Yeah. But it's at level 8, so that's good.
Oh,
Should be this way.
you'll come.
Back to it.
Louis's damn private army.
All right then.
So we're going to
Let's go.
Silvermale Street, and we're gonna have to go confront the enemies out in the wastes.
come off it.
So we go through the gate and we're going back to the desert. There's only desert outside the gate, but if you really want to go out there, let's at least know where we're going. I want to go to Tradia Desert.
Yep.
Alright, fine, let's go. So the Tradia Desert is actually a place where you can grind your archetypes up.
This place. Let's go.
I'm not going to do that because that's just not that interesting to see me wandering around the desert doing it. But I'll demonstrate what it goes into it. In present times make the capital a popular travel destination we cannot stay at alley by. The bounty apparently leads a pack of wild dogs, but it's something called a Manjula.
Just a sec.
Wait, that monster just now. Did it approach me with sense us? Looks like it checked up on us, then ran back. Let's just focus on the smaller curs. We can't ignore it forever. Can't ignore us forever. So if you aim to lure it out, a good plan is any, so let us be on about it. Alright. Some bounty require a number of enemies to be killed before you fight them. Once you defeat a required number of enemies, the bounty will appear. Make sure you're prepared to fight when there's real battle. And they don't. It doesn't like appear and let you go over to it. It just pops up. So we've got the sandworms that we.
This is bad. They're onto us.
I don't see anything we can't handle easily.
So
Very impressive.
the sandworms give us a lot of EXP, as well as archetype EXP. So because my archetype is because my healer archetype is pretty close to being
healer.
They all seem
I'm
pretty.
gonna see if I can.
You got this.
I should be able to.
I continue to grow.
So I'll demonstrate how this works, but I'm not gonna like grind all my archetypes up because it's not very interesting. I just need to get the healer level to level 10 for Moore's Quest.
Such skill.
Let's see. Party. I'm trying to remember where I go for this. Skill, maybe? No. I'm trying to think where. Okay, it needs 200.
No choice but to cut through them.
Come on!
That was brilliant.
Alright, so I get 19
Watch out.
for every kill on every worm, so that means
Alright, how's that?
10 sandworms will level up.
We did it! Yeah, nice work.
And then there's these other little smaller enemies that also
how's that?
the interim. So, like, this is literally how people grind all their archetypes up. It takes a long time, but if you're a completionist or whatever,
They saw us.
you know, and because the enemies are weak, like yeah, Hulkenberg just leveled up her knight, as well.
Let's push through.
Yep, so healer just went up to level 9.
Very impressive.
Let me see how much I need for level 10. 511. So it'll take me a little bit of time to get it, but it won't be too long.
They look pretty weak. Let's mop this up.
Very impressive.
And 'cause this,
Amazing!
in basically every other dungeon, there's a finite number of enemies, and you can respawn some of them, but the length of time it takes for them to respawn in any reasonable amount is far longer than the sandworms, of which there's just unlimited sandworms.
I knew you could do it.
So I can just run around in circles here for, 10 minutes or so, and get to the level 10 healer for Moore's Quest, and then just switch it back to Seeker and then do the action.
All right, we did it!
Impressive as ever.
Get ready, everyone!
Right. Let's settle this quick.
Come forth, royal soul. Light.
And healer in this game also has attack spells.
Is that for all?
Like in a lot of other RPGs,
Not this one.
your healers don't learn attack spells until they like promote all the way up to pretty strong
That's the last
upper
of them.
classes.
The way's clear.
Not bad.
And the 84 points is nice because that's like the equivalent of
Be on your guard.
4 snakes. So
Very impressive.
trying to figure out where they're at. Hey, we got a treasure chest over here.
All right.
Good find.
Oh,
They
I
all
see
seem
one.
pretty weak. You got this.
Let's push through.
Exemplary.
And Stroll and Hulkenberg are also leveling
You
their
could do it.
archetypes up too, but I'm not gonna like focus on that. Just because I don't want to be out here for a half an hour grinding up.
Hey, you found something.
I'm only grinding right now because it's specifically to complete a quest.
They saw us.
And we don't get a pure mage
Let's
for a
push
while.
through.
Impressive as
I want her to be a knight because
I think we're in the
of her
clear.
defense, even though she doesn't do damage.
Amazing.
She's-
Great work back there.
She has a magic spell.
Impressive as ever.
And I will switch her over to more
Hey, good
offensive
one.
mage classes as I unlock those. But those are a little ways off. Let's see
What
where
now?
we're at now. So we're almost
They all seem pretty weak. You
and
got this.
I see more of the snakes spawning across this desert, so
Let's push through.
150,
Come on.
I knew you could do it.
130. Come on up. 10,
Right, we did it.
90.
That was the last of them.
Got more snakes over here.
Avoid this
70.
fight. Stand ready.
I think I saw a chest over here. Yep. And we're just in the desert, so this is the same area that we had to dodge all the snakes in before.
They
I
look pretty
believe
weak.
either that
Let's
or
mop
it's
this up
similar.
quick.
Multiple snakes here.
We are spotted.
Cat.
Victory is ours. And safety hard won.
Let's push through.
Looks like we're safe for now. Nice. You're
There we
good.
go.
What now?
So now I can equip Will with back to his Seeker class. And I'm gonna head and Plateau actually hangs out here, so I can actually go to Academia and complete this quest right now. I'm gonna talk to more.
Well, well.
Develop the healer. It seems your assignment is complete.
Incredible.
Quest clear. Heroes incense ×3 and increase my imagination.
All right.
I get 4 points of imagination. As I thought, I sense a sudden light in my mind, illuminating.
Fascinating.
Thanks to the research and the strengthened influence of your archetype, a flicker of memories returned to me. I'll say, what kind of memories?
What kind of...
Memories? It occurred to me that I conducted research on archetypes in the past as well. Research on archetypes is precisely this power that you could make a real utopia, like my novelized vision. Yes, it is more than feasible.
However,
that fool of a king turned his eyes from utopia. Agreement. The book you carry and this library's vast knowledge, all condemned by history. Ultimately, I was locked in these chambers, shut away in secret, and most outrageously kept. And I've been alone ever since, except for my feline companion, Plateau. Maybe I would die, never because of that fear that I immersed myself in research. I hope I might leave some proof that I once lived, that too came to a
In
standstill.
truth,
And then you've given me the opportunity not just to research again, but to regain my life. Frankly, I hesitated to expect anything at all. If we saw no development here, I was prepared to finally give
however,
up. But the miracle of my memory returning has convinced me this power of archetypes is the original magic, and may shake the foundations of all. I'll say it can change.
yeah,
It can change the world, and I'll prove
I
it.
see.
I can sense we will already make a fine team. As for your part, you'll be needing a power that can oppose Luis. Let us continue to research further so that you might reach the apex of your abilities. You can feel Moore's expectations and trust. Rank up.
I look forward to
Seeker
continuing our
Enlightenment.
search.
Scion skill increases skill inheritance for Seeker to 2. The archetype tree becomes accessible to us. So now I can switch archetypes. I can start studying archetypes without going to academia. That's why I wanted to get this quest done so quickly, because his abilities let you do the stuff that you can do in academia, not in academia. It appears that nurturing archetypes will result in a deeper bond between you and academia as well. I believe you are now at a point where you'll find use in this. It's an igniter that will allow you and I, as fellow seekers, to share our consciousness, even when we're apart. Igniter.
This right here.
So long as you have this, you can study archetypes from anywhere you'd like. However, when you have completed a research task, I would still ask that you come talk to me directly in academia. Press triangle when on the main menu to move directly to the archetype tree. You can study archetypes anytime without going to academia. I do require your power in developing my research. Not to mention, I value the time spent in speaking with you.
Well then.
To change the world, we must examine things from a different angle. Your next research task is to study the heroic embodiment of the gunner. If you haven't yet acquired the gunner, perhaps you'll need to form a bond with someone more mechanically minded. That character is coming up in the story soon. That's all I'll say. I'm sure it will help you hone your virtues, along with other meaningful opportunities.
This one's important.
To nurture strength, I'll need to challenge Luis the Archmage. I should study the gunner archetype. This can be completed by anyone. I get 5 heroes fruit and some imagination.
Until next we meet.
I'm marvelous. I can barely contain my fascination. Mind races the first time in ages I'm counting. 850 mag we gained.
Welcome.
And I'm just gonna leave now because I've done what I needed to do, which was to
You are coming.
complete that quest. So
I don't see anything
now
we can't handle easily.
I mean, I'm still gonna kill any worms that pop up. But I'm not going to
Yeah, nice work.
spend the next 30, like as I've said a couple times, I'm not just going to spend the
On your
next
toes,
30
everyone.
minutes thinking.
Come on! How's that?
So we gotta kill enough of these dogs, or wolves, or whatever.
Very impressive.
To get the boss.
Let's push through!
You're gaining strength.
Such skill.
Yeah, nice work.
Take out as many worms as we can while we're
That
still
should come in
quest.
handy. Pocket it.
All right, how's that?
Yeah, nice work.
Let's push through!
Hey, great job. I think that's all.
Come on!
That'll do it.
All right, how's that?
Very impressive.
Hey, great job.
They saw us.
I knew you could do it. They found us. Get ready, everyone. Just a bunch of weakness. We should be fine.
Hulkenberg is level 16 as well.
All right, how's that?
I knew you could do it.
Come on!
I think that's all of them.
You need to level up your archetype. Like Skull unlocked his second level archetype, but he can't actually use it until he masters his first one.
Push through.
Some archetypes require you to master one, some require you to master multiple.
Impressive as
or
ever.
at least study multiple.
This is that. They're on to us.
And then
I
the
shall
ultimate
rise to the
archetypes that
occasion.
characters get at the end will require you to master or at least study multiple different top tier archetypes.
Oh, I think they see us.
Come on.
You gained a level.
Oh, my character leveled up.
Very impressive.
Now we head over to the last pack of wolves, but we're gonna take out the other enemies too. You know, like, we're not gonna spend time letting them respawn over and over again. But at least if they're there, we're gonna take them out. It's free EXP. Alright, here comes the boss. I'm sensing something huge and it's headed right for us. Seems like messing with its pack made it really angry. Here comes the boss. It's literally kind of like a chimera kind of thing. It's a lion with a scorpion tail out of the back. Damn, it's huge. Trapped between the worms and this guy. People in town are essentially trapped. One certainly expects beasts in a desert for something like this to appear. No kidding, this isn't the type of fellow a city guard can handle. We'll handle something.
Stay present and focused.
Elkenberg, watch yourself. This is no mere worm. Stroll, yes, I can see that just fine. Gallica, here it comes. Brace yourselves.
I won't hold back. Scour.
I call upon royal power within.
This thing is weaker than the enemies we fought in the mansion ruins, but it's probably stronger than some of the enemies in the cathedral. We're such a high level at this point that this is gonna be easy. It's already almost dead.
I shall vanquish evil.
Also, I've had Stroll's had amazing luck getting the good rolls on his multi-hit, so we already took it down.
That'll do.
And Stroll's at a level 17 for his archetype.
Continue to grow.
And Hulkenberg leveled up, as you heard her brag about growing. Alright, we got the tail.
However,
That this bounty has been left unaddressed, the military must truly be short-handed.
so.
True, and while I'm glad we can profit from it, this sort of thing really is their responsibility. Could not agree more. At least the threat to this area has been neutralized for now.
Right.
Absolutely, that's enough for now. Well, let's go report.
What do you think?
So I'm gonna like say no, not because I'm actually not leaving, but just because I want to kill sandworms on my way back. It never hurts to grab a few bonus points on the way there.
It's all clear.
Every single one I kill is one less battle I have to win in future upcoming dungeons.
Let's push through.
Amazing! Great moves back there.
Hey, how's that?
Great find. Keep it.
Oh, that's right. There's a dude that collects gold beetles, so you can cash them. You trade those. There's like 50 of them or something. You need to collect up to like 45 of them. All right, so now we're back in like the entryway area to the desert, and we're gonna head into the city. It's gonna be night soon. Should we call it a day and head back? I'll say let's head back to the city. Why don't we go back to the city and have a nice dinner? It's dark by the it'll be dark by the time we get back, so we won't have time to do anything else anyway. So that's okay, right? It sounds like we'll leave. Since we went out, even though it was just right outside the city, it counts as a dungeon. So we have our dinner at the restaurant. They have all kind of different courses. We've taken down the Manjula that was terrorizing the deserts. The bounty's all ours now. 'Tis reward itself to know that one less threat menaces the capital. Of course, we should collect our fair compensation, as we've most certainly earned it. Hulkenberg says. Gallica, I'm glad we were able to help people too. Will, let's go report to the recruitment center before we forget. Girl, well, we managed to avoid the day of calamity, but that doesn't mean we should waste time. We've got left before the theocracy makes its proclamation. I agree. Luis is to be their opponent one day. I would have us ready to face him, confident.
Now then.
Well, suppose we ought to turn in for the night once we finish our plays. I'd say we earned our rest today. Good job.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well then.
So that'll be all for this video. We did the desert and the palace ruins there, out there, the manor ruins. And we did some quests, built some bonds up. We have a couple days left of questing before Forden makes his big announcement. It says 3 days. So we'll do those 3 days in the video that leads up to that scene, because it's a pretty lengthy cutscene. Thank you so much for joining us again, and we'll be back with the next scene as we transition to the next phase of the story.
Say there.
As always, please like, subscribe, and comment, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and you'll come back for the next one. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.